Yo! What's up, everyone? Angel Ram back again, second channel Ram here, and welcome back to another episode of Month of EVO in the series where we talk about one fighting game till EVO 2024. It is day 16. Yeah, I think I said that. Day 16. A month of EVO. And today, the game we'll be talking about is a game that incorporate. Okay, as you know, we've been doing in order 2D, 3D, then we're gonna do platformers and arenas. This game incorporates three elements from different ones, so we're gonna include in 2Ds. But yeah, today's episode is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All Star Battle R.
ジョジョの奇妙な冒険オールスターバトル R。
Probably cram packed a bunch of info, just that intro alone. But this was a game that I didn't know what to put it in. It has elements of a 3D fighter, arena fighter, and a 2D fighter. So I decided to stick it in the 2D fighters because the majority of the time you can stay in the 2D atmosphere, and the controls are very 2D fighter-like instead of 3D or arena fighters. So I think it has a lot more 2D fighter aspects than 3D fighters. So let's talk about it. What is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R? Well, this game is originally based off the hit anime JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which, off rip, I'm gonna tell you there's gonna be a lot of bias here because JoJo is my favorite anime of all time. So yeah, so two back-to-back biases. It was my favorite fighting game, my favorite anime. So anyway, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R is based off the anime JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and the roster, as you can expect, has all the way up until the latest part in the anime and up to date in the manga. So it goes up to part 8. I haven't read all the manga, so I don't know who some of these characters are, but I know basically everybody else. So we have famous characters, like the main character from each arc. If you watch JoJo, you're probably gonna know what I'm gonna talk about. So people who don't know or haven't watched JoJo, just bear with me here. So we have characters like Jonathan, Joseph, Jotaro, Jolene, Josuke, both Josukes. What's it called? Giorno, and then there's obviously their friends slash side characters: Speedwagon, Avadul, Iggy, all those famous characters that are in each arc as well. Now, there's also some characters that are from the manga. So if you read the manga, you know who they are. I don't. I read the manga. I know vaguely who they are, but yeah. So this game is obviously, like I said, it's a 2D slash 3D slash arena fighter. So might as well talk about why it has all these aspects. So The controls are very 2D fighters. So you have your quarter circles, your dragon inputs, your probably charge moves. I think there's charge moves and all that stuff. So yeah, there's that. Now that's you mostly see that kind of stuff in 3D. I mean, in 2D fighters. So every 2D fighter kind of has that same sort of general commands you can do with them. There's all that stuff. Nothing new there. Now there is the 3D fighter aspect is that you can kind of roam around the arena, like the stages. You kind of can flip. I guess it's not really 3D, it's more arena, whereby you can move your angle around so it looks 3D, like an arena fighter. But yeah, so there's that. I don't know what I would consider this, if it's an arena or a 2D fighter. I'm putting it in 2D fighter because I feel like it's more 2D than anything. But yeah, so the controls are very simple. There's a button for throw. There's a button for your critical R / ultimate / ultra. I don't know what it's called. I don't remember. But yeah. Now, everybody plays differently because if you don't know what Jojo is, every arc has its own power system. So a lot of different characters don't have the same sort of style, which is cool for a fighting game, but everybody's plays uniquely different from everybody else. So you have all the part 1 characters, have Hamon, if you know what that is, and then 3 and going forward have stands. There's multiple versions of different characters because they appear in multiple different parts. I'm getting spoilers, so if you haven't watched Jojo, you should probably watch that before watching this. Spoiler warning, I'm gonna talk about some characters, some different arcs in the show. So it's just so that way you can kind of understand what each thing means, but yeah. So that's kind of the gameplay stuff. There's also an assist, so you can choose an assist character, at least for some modes, where you can have an assist character that'll jump in and they'll do an attack. You know, like, it's kind of like, it's kind of 2v2, but you can't swap characters. It's literally just an assist. So yeah, they can jump in and attack, all that kind of stuff. You can't swap them, so if you this is not a team fighter, this is a one-on-one, so they're just there for assisting you. So if you use them effectively, kind of like Mortal Kombat, I'm assuming, where you can have a assist there. But yeah, there's the assist. Now let's talk about the main thing about that an anime fan might want to know about a Jojo game. The design. So if you don't know what Jojo is, Jojo has a very unique art style. Everyone looks pretty, it's kind of a, I don't know what to describe the art style. It's kind of like a, it's very unique, I should say. Replicating something like this in 3D might be a little hard, but I feel like it turned out pretty good. Obviously some characters look a little rough. All the details might make them look different. But yeah, I feel like that the majority of the characters look pretty okay in the 3D models. So yeah, the art is really one of the main things I like about this game over any other fighting game really, is like the art style in different things. And you have portraits, like it's very kind of like a manga-esque. I know this might be biased because obviously I really like Jojo, but like mid-battle, like there'll be just random manga things, like even if when you win one round, instead of showing like them doing an animation, it just shows them talking and then like in the background with a manga border. So that's pretty cool. All the menus, all the different cut like different menus, all very manga-y. There's different characters that just randomly talk throughout when you're selecting modes, and then they're all in manga's form. The roster, like the character select screen, is manga. Like they're all in like their official manga arts. So that's very cool. I like that. Also, another thing, gameplay wise, I can't keep calling them because I don't know again if this is an arena fight or 2D, but the stages are very interactive. So if you know Jojo, you know the references. But like some stages, the background will fall, or like some characters will come in from the background and stuff like that. So you can interact with that, kind of like in Injustice 2, where you can interact with the stage, like, or like in Smash when there's stage hazards. That's kind of what this is. So there's that. But yeah, just wanted to mention that real quick. So I really like the design. The art is obviously very cool, very JoJo-y, very manga. Again, some of the 3D characters look good. Some look rough, but I feel like for the most part they all look pretty good. At least some of the main characters do. Obviously there might be a bit rough around the edges in some characters, but I feel like for the most part they look pretty alright for JoJo in 3D form. It might be on par with Jump Force, with the characters added in Jump Force. But yeah, it's just kind of hard, I feel like, to do that with JoJo because it has very unique art style that can't really be replicated anywhere else. That's just, again, just bias. But yeah. But anyways, talking about the next thing that's not design is the modes. So there's a lot of different modes, obviously. There's main mode, so there's a actually there's not even some main modes. Everything's pretty different. So arcade mode is split into two. You can either do a normal base run where you just go through 8 opponents and you eventually get to the ending. Now I just did a few runs. I probably could have beat it, but I just stopped because I was kind of in a rush to do the recording because have to go do something in an hour. But yeah, anyways, there's that. A base run of arcade mode like normal, but there's a second one which is called Endless Battle, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's kind of like survival. You just fight until you can't do it anymore and then you lose, and then I guess it's just like endless modes to just try to beat your high score. In these modes you can get gold, which you can use to spend on the gallery, where in this gallery you can buy 3D models of like characters, not real ones. Like in game you can view different 3D models, 2D art, so I'm guessing maybe stage backgrounds, character portraits, all that cool stuff. You can buy music, you can buy all kinds of cool things you could just view in your gallery. So if you want to do that, there's that. So that's very cool. You basically just grind out arcade mode and then you can just buy all these cool things to view, and all that cool stuff. There is also a I'm guessing just a versus mode as well. There's online, and then the main mode is called just All-Star Battle, which is where it's like a story mode. So each mode has basically splits up the whole JoJo story into a couple different parts, and each part you fight opponents so characters fight canonically in the show, and you get specific characters to use. So okay, this is gonna be a bit of a spoiler, but you have to fight Dio and you have to fight Jonathan, like the famous fight. You have to play as Jonathan, and then scattered around in each arc you get to fight what's called Dream Battle, I think, or something like that. Basically, you're given a specific opponent that's not in that show or in that arc. It's basically what they think that people would want to see in a fight, because not each part in the show, not a lot of characters get carried over. Something's happened to them, and they just don't appear until that further into the show. So I'm guessing they did that because they would probably want people would like to see. Because also another design thing is that some characters interact with each other before battle, kind of like Strive or Injustice 2, where they have a mini conversation. So that's pretty cool. Even characters that don't even know each other at all, and if you choose the same character, they even get confused like, why are we fighting a clone? So it's pretty funny. It's very well detailed. I like that. But yeah, there's that. So it goes up to the last part, which you don't fight any characters because I think actually for part 8 it's still being written. So they only have one character, the main character in there, and then you just fight characters that are you just other NPCs, not NPCs, like other opponents that are not there because he's the only one with his arc. And then I think even part 7 doesn't have everybody. Part 6 and before all have it because they're all in the game and all the show has finished already. So yeah, there's that. It's a very cool mode. It's kind of like a really long story mode, except there's no story because kind of know. I feel like you have to watch JoJo in order to enjoy this game, which could be a pro and a con because for a new audience picking up this game not knowing anything about JoJo, you might not like it as much. But for a big time fan like me, I am really enjoying this game because again I watched all of JoJo. It's my favorite anime. And yeah, now let's talk about the roster. The roster is huge. It's up there with Smash roster, honestly. It has like at least 5 to 10 characters per arc, I feel like. So, and there's like 8. Except the last 2 have the least amount. But part 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 all have quite a few characters. And there's DLC for this game, which include characters that are from those arcs, so that's cool. I don't have all characters, I'm missing 3. One of them I don't know. One of them is from part 5. The other one is from part 4. Yeah, part 4 and 5. So there's those. I don't know if I'll get them. Just because I haven't even played everybody. There's so many, like I was saying with Ultra Street Fighter 2. Unlike this game, there's like so many characters I want to play because I like a lot of different characters in this show. Each different arc has their own cast, which has very cool characters. For this footage, I recorded my favorite character from one of the arcs. Like, there's so many different characters. I haven't played as much because I think I got it a little bit before SF6 again, so it kind of got washed over. But yeah, so there's a huge roster. Anyone you can think of that's even some side characters. There's some side characters, side villains that are in this game. So if you're a JoJo fan, you don't think your character that you know is in there, they're probably in there. There's a lot of villains. There's a lot of main characters. There's different versions of different characters from different shows. Not different shows, different parts of the show. So, little spoiler, you have Joseph from part 2, and then old Joseph from part 3. They're both in there, plus Jojo from part 3 and Jojo from part 4. So there's a lot of different versions of different characters. And each one has different stuff. So, another spoiler. Jotaro from part 3 obviously just has Star Platinum, and then Jotaro from part 4 has Star Platinum and the World, I think, combined into one. I haven't played Jotaro, but I'm assuming that's what's different about him. I hope that's what's different about him. Then there's obviously multiple versions of EVO, if you know, you know. So, yeah, there's a huge roster. It's one of the biggest rosters in fighting games, I feel like. So, yeah, well, there's a lot to work with JoJo, so of course there's going to be a big roster. I don't know if this game is still getting updated, but there's still DLC I haven't got, because when I first got it, those 3 characters were not part of it in the game yet, so yeah, there might be DLC still coming out. Now, I don't think it's been an EVO yet. I think it came out 2 years ago for America, because I think it was originally out a long time ago in Japan, but eventually just got to overseas just recently, over 2 years ago. So it's been out for a while. It might have been EVO Japan, but I don't think it's been an EVO here yet, which is very unfortunate. It'd be a very cool game to see at EVO. But yeah, The music's obviously great. I could keep playing this game a lot. It's not the best fighting game I've ever played, obviously, but for an anime game, really, it's pretty fun. So yeah, if you watch Jojo, please cop this game. It's a very fun game. Controls are not that hard if you're well. If you haven't played fighting, it's probably be a little confused, but it kind of has Skull Worlds controls a bit, where if you only do one half circle, you just have to hold two buttons in order to do a critical art. But yeah, but again, if you have the funds and you like JoJo, get All Star Battle R. It's a very fun game. I think people prefer Eyes Over Heaven. I don't know where to even access that. I don't think the Switch has it or anywhere else. But yeah, it's another story for another day. You guys did enjoy the video? Like, sub, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 17 of month of EVO. Goodbye.